Eala mounts epic comeback versus Aliaksandra Sasnovich, reaches Abu Dhabi QF. Eala fought back from a disastrous start in the third set, displaying steely nerves to frustrate Aliaksandra Sasnovich and advance to the quarterfinals in the Abu Dhabi Open. Eala recovered from a flat start in the deciding third set to pull the rug from under Belarusian netter Aliaksandra Sasnovich, 2-6, 6-4, 7-6, 5, to march on to the quarterfinals of the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open on early Thursday morning, Manila time. The world number 45 found herself struggling against Sasnovich when she was amiss with her serve, especially in the opening set. After evening the match on a late break in the second, Eala then lost steam to fall to a 0-4 hole in the third set against a confident Sasnovich who relied on her superior service, firing aces left and right against Eala. But Eala rode the energy of the dominantly Filipino crowd to begin mounting her comeback, winning 2 straight games and breaking Sasnovich's serve in the sixth to gain some ground, 4-2. The toughest test came when Sasnovich pushed her to the brink, breaking Eala's serve in the next game to move on cusp of the victory. She then served her way to 1 match point in the 8th game. But Eala saved it and converted on her third break point of the game to swing momentum to her side. It was all Eala from there until she moved on the cusp of victory for the first time in the match, holding serve for a 6-5 lead. But Sasnovich, who was serving well throughout the match, kept herself in the thick of battle after holding her serve and forcing the tiebreak. It was a nip-and-tuck battle in the tiebreak, with neither player giving an inch, until Sasnovich took the first mini-break on a forehand winner at 4-5. But Eala refused to fold, taking the mini-break back and reaching match point on back-to-back errors by Sasnovich. She did not put this opportunity to waste, converting behind another miscue from Sasnovich on her favored backhand to seal it. Eala faces world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova in the quarterfinals next. The Filipina sensation also plays in the women's doubles tournament with Indonesia's Janice Tien. They face Zhang Shuai and Christina Buxa in the quarterfinal. The phoenix of hard courts, Eala's epic comeback to Abu Dhabi Open QFs. At the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, where the desert sun meets the slick hard courts of the Middle East, a spectacular tennis story was written, not in straight lines, but in spirals of tension, grit, and defiance. At the heart of that story was Eala, the 20-year-old Filipino sensation whose journey through professional tennis has been marked by promise, resilience, and moments that resonate long after the final score is posted. On Thursday morning, Asian time, Eala accomplished one of those moments that will be etched into memory. She mounted an unforgettable comeback against Belarusian veteran Aliaksandra Sasnovich, turning a seemingly lost match into a dramatic victory and advancing to the quarterfinals of the WTA 500 Abu Dhabi Open. What the scoreboard eventually read, 2-6, 6-4, 7-6, 5, only begins to tell the tale of a match that was as much a battle of wills as of winners and unforced errors. A match that began in the shadows. Eala entered the round of 16 with momentum from her opening match, a confident straight-sets victory over Turkey's Zeynep Sönmez, where she exploited her tactical versatility and crowd backing to control the flow of play. That win underscored her rise in the rankings and her readiness to compete at the highest level of women's tennis. But against Sasnovich, the match quickly swung into challenging territory. Sasnovich, a seasoned competitor, known for her tactical variety and ability to dictate with slice and depth, exploded out of the gates. Eala's serve was off target. Her timing was tentative. And by the time the first set concluded, Eala had lost it 2-6, her attacking game blunted by Sasnovich's precision and the slow accumulation of unforced errors on her own racket. It seemed, for a moment, that the match might slip away. But that is when the first signs of the comeback emerged. A shift in gears, crafting the comeback. The second set was where Eala recalibrated. She steadied her serve. She reset her aggression, weaving in slices, drop shots, and sudden forehand ripples that began to disrupt Sasnovich's rhythm. By finding her range, by not panicking at crucial moments, Eala carved a 6-4 win in the second set, not just tying the match, but sending a clear message. She had not come to Abu Dhabi to go quietly. But the third set opened with Sasnovich once again in commanding form. She raced to a 4-0 lead, dominating both with serve and clever placement. It was a deficit that would make even the most composed players tense, but for Eala, it appeared to spark something deeper. Down but not defeated, she began chipping away, game by game, point by point. 2 games, then a crucial break at 4-2, and suddenly she had the momentum swinging in her direction. Though Sasnovich briefly fought back, even reaching match point in the 8th game, Eala's resolve shone through as she saved it and struck back on the next break opportunities. Watchers of the match would later describe those moments less like a comeback and more like a resurrection, a spiraling arc where tension, disbelief, and admiration intertwined. Tiebreak thriller. As the match edged toward a tiebreak, the atmosphere, both on court and in the stands, was electric. The desert wind may have been still beyond the stadium roof, but inside, every rally carried thunder. Neither player was willing to cede ground, neither blinked where it mattered most. It was a clutch performance, not the result of one big shot, but dozens of them strung together with grit and unshakable belief. At one point in the breaker, Sasnovich took a mini-break and led 5-4. Still, Eala refused to fold. She wrestled back the advantage, forcing errors and creating opportunities. On match point, her match point, Sasnovich's backhand misfired, and Eala pounced. The crowd erupted. Eala roared. A moment once thought impossible was now real. With it, she secured her place in the quarterfinals of a prestigious WTA 500 event, a significant milestone for a young player already ranked inside the top 50. More than just the scoreline. But what made this match truly epic wasn't just the final score. Though the arc from 0-4 down in the 3rd set to winning in a tiebreak is extraordinary on its own. It was how she did it. With composure, recalibration, and a refusal to surrender to pressure. Eala's style is expressive, aggressive when opportunities present themselves, but also patient enough to frustrate her opponent when rhythm falters. Her left-handed play adds another layer of complexity, forcing opponents to reorient. When she's at her best, she mixes pace, spin, and angles in a way that feels both creative and unpredictable. Yet for all her talent, her serve has been one of the more talked-about parts of her game, and in this match, it both challenged and defined her journey. Early on, it didn't find consistency. Later, it became an instrument of control. It is here, as with many young stars, where personalization and refinement could unlock even greater potential. But on this day, it was her mental fortitude that took center stage. A quarterfinal awaited. With the win, Eala set up a quarterfinal clash with world number 11 Ekaterina Alexandrova, one of the tour's most formidable competitors.